TikTok, like the algorithm of it rewards power posting.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
It does. So I'm looking at it differently. We're trying some things new over on our TikTok. So if you are following us there and you're saying like, okay, it went from the clips to just Miranda talking about strawberries, like just hang in there.
Yeah, hang in there.
There is a method to the madness
Yes.
that is trying to happen here. I was telling Kristen.
Were you really?
Yeah, I was. Actually?
It's like when people say, let me be honest. It's like, well, are you not always?
Yeah.
You don't need to say that.
Yeah, if you are Tom Zanzival,
Yeah.
you know.
Let me be honest.
Who says, at the end of every sentence. One, they just need a lot of validation. That's okay.
Yeah.
Maybe you weren't loved enough as a child.
Yeah.
I get
That tracks for Tom, I think. Although I really did love Tom on Traders. Like I actually really enjoyed him on my TV.
You did.
I really did. He brought me a lot of laughs.
Hot take. He did bring some laughs.
He brought a lot of laughs. It was his delusion of him being like, I'm the number one,
guy in this group.
Guy in this group. I'm the number one detective in this group. Like that. And they're like, send someone else besides Tom Sandoval to the phone, please.
He's like, I got this. I'm a musician and a singer. I got these backward nursery rhymes.
So good. I can't wait for the reunion for them to laugh about that and all the other things because I think a lot of people hate each other.
I cannot wait. This is going to be one of the best reunions.
Yes.
I despise some of these people so much. It's the worst gameplay I've seen from people.
Do we feel the same about Danielle? Please say yes.
I hope so. It's terrible.
She's the worst, right?
The worst. She has actually almost ruined this season.
She has ruined the season for me.
I'm saying almost because I'm still watching, of course.
We're still watching and we're still holding out hope
that Brittany made the right call.
Oh, please God.
Please God.
Brittany.
If there is one, and I'll turn my whole life over to him.
Yes, you
I will say, save me, dunk me in the Waterton Davis, please.
Yes.
If Brittany put Danielle's name down on that chalkboard, also, I cannot get over how people are spelling each other's names.
The way that reel of them pretending to spell each other's names, I die. What is the problem? Get a list of names that you can study in your hotel room each night.
Written down is nothing written down anywhere here by any of these people. I mean, obviously, I know that we know these people because we are chronically online and follow celebrity culture.
Yes, we're watching so much TV.
Like we know how Sierra is spelled because it's popped up every summer house. The graphic on the bottom, Sierra, model, former nurse. We got it.
Model / nurse.
Like she hasn't been a nurse in 4 years.
They're like Sierra, SEEIRYAH. Sierra. Like, what is wrong with you, Dolores? Come on.
The way people are spelling Dolores.
Dolo.
Oh my gosh.
I would just be writing Dolo.
ER. Like every vowel has been spelling Ivor. It's like a Wheel of Fortune. I'm going to buy another vowel.
I can't. IVYR.
Why?
But also Dolores, is very bad at this game. I mean, y'all,
she's terrible.
She's so bad at this game. And I'm so excited about the reunion because I hope they ask her. I hope they're like, Dolores.
Yes.
Do you have any regrets about your votes? Like, I want to see what she says.
I mean, luckily Andy does them. So he's so well versed on housewife culture and who these people are. I will say Lily loves Dolores. And so she's
yeah, me too.
She's like, Mom, she's a housewife, right? I'm like, and one of my favorites.
Yes.
A goat for me is Dolores.
Absolutely.
I love her. Mostly, she's just a fantastic mom. She's raised 2 incredible kids with a kind of tough hand.
Yes.
I mean, with Frank cheating on her but still maintaining a relationship with him for the kids and then still finding love again with other guys and whatever. Right. But I have a soft spot in my heart for Dolo.
I really do too. We love a Dolo.
We love Dolores.
Have we met Dolo? Did we meet her?
Well, we have pictures with her kind of from the stage. But I don't think that we've gotten FaceTime with her.
I would love to have some FaceTime with her.
Me too. That's weird for us too because I feel like we have had FaceTime. If someone said, have you had it with this housewife? We could almost always say yes.
Yes. Well, you know what? Thinking about it, I guess Dolo has never had like a booth. She's never had a booth in the bazaar selling something.
She's not selling merch.
And so you don't have that chance to go stand and wait in line to talk to her.
That's true.
So that's maybe why.
We didn't see her in the Four Seasons lobby because we were busy spending it with Karen, obviously.
Yeah, Karen.
What'd y'all think of that?
Kern.
Yeah, there was some, I mean, I'm still just shook by this story.
Same.
The whole thing, I'm completely shook by. The
Same.
fact that she is now sitting.
She is in prison, right? Prism right now.
Prism.
I am going to correct myself forever and ever. Amen.
Okay, thank you. And I recorded something last night. What were we watching? It was extremely niche. Stand by.
Ooh.
Dang it. Hold on. I got to get out of here. I had searched something and this new phone is really tripping me up. Okay. Oh, you know how I told you we're watching an episode of Seinfeld, Arrested Development, and Brooklyn Nine-Nine?
Yes.
So we were on the Arrested Development episode where Job swallows the key to go to prison.
I can't.
And I'm like, how niche is that? Because we had talked about Arrested Development and Job went to prison.
You're so right.
With his dad already in prison.
His dad was already there.
And then of course, Michael's trying to get him out of prison.
Yes.
And so it's just all of this.
And then it's White Power Bill.
White Power
The
Bill.
very end of that episode where he's sitting in the hospital and he goes, ta-da.
Ta-da. because he goes, am I still in prison? And his mom goes, Lucille goes, you're in the hospital. And he was like, ta-da.
Ta-da.
Like I got
I
out.
weep at that. And then I love it, Lucille. She's like, I'm going to go find the bar. She's in the hospital.
She goes, I'm going to go find the hospital bar.
I'm going to go find the bar.
Michael's
like, Mom, they don't have bars in hospitals. And she says, and that's why people don't like hospitals.
It's so good.
It's the best show, y'all. Please.
The show is so freaking funny. It's on Netflix right now. You can watch it.
Yes.
All of it. Oh, it's just, I weep laughing. And so last night we specifically asked Lily, like, are you enjoying our shows?
Yeah.
And she was like, well, it's sometimes you guys laugh. And I'm like, why are they laughing at that? That is not funny.
It's a generational thing.
Like I said,
Yeah.
I think she's struggling with Seinfeld more than anything because, again, it was created in 1989. They literally made a joke on the Seinfeld episode last night about the wall coming down.
Oh, yeah. That means nothing to Lily.
And it was that year. I mean, the year that Seinfeld came out, Jerry's making this joke about the wall coming down.
Yeah.
And Lily's like,
she's like, what?
I mean, I know that that's what happened then, but people laughed about it. Like,
yeah, no.
There is a disconnect. We're hoping. Here's a fun fact about Seinfeld. Similar to The Office, there were only 6 ordered in that first season.
Oh.
And they weren't sure that they were going to get picked back up.
Oh, can you imagine?
And so it really like took off in the second season. They came together. They gelled. They found their footing.
Yes.
And like the timing of it. And so I was like, you do need to give it a little bit. Now I've never watched Seinfeld either. So I'm having to give it that time too.
But you do know that it's iconic.
Yes,
and
of course.
it wouldn't have lasted as long if it wasn't so great.
Obviously. And I'm still a child of the 80s. So these things that they're saying make complete sense to me.
Yeah.
But we are having fun. And I did mean to upload that. So when I took the video of Job going into prison, I was like, this is so niche.
It's so niche.
So niche.
It's so good.
And you guys, please keep sending us stuff. I just want to say this. We love when y'all think about us.
Oh, it's the best.
And you send us something and you're like, this feels niche. Is this niche? Or this feels extremely niche.
Send it.
Extremely niche.
It could be a reel that you've come across,
Yes.
or maybe something in your real life, and then you take a photo of it and send it to us.
Yeah.
I love it.
I love it too.
Like when Aaron sent the Yuck and Yum books.
I
died.
Incredible.
It was so good.
Incredible.
Yeah.
So you can just send it to us, or you guys, if you want to post it on your story and then tag us.
Yeah.
And even if you added like the link or something like that to say, this is extremely niche to All That to Say podcast in this episode, then we can reshare that as well instead of like having to go into the DMs, take a screenshot. Like that way, it's kind of nice because you're like sort of promoting us. But then we can just share it from you and it just becomes easier. And then you're posting on our page too.
That's right.
And it's a little reciprocal.
It is. You want to tell people what you're drinking?
Yes. I hope that you saw it. YouTubers did.
Yeah, they did.
YouTube saw it first.
Of course.
I love when people say that. TikTok saw it first. And then I shared it over here 2 weeks later, like for you peasants.
Yeah.
I walked in today, refilled my Bose.
Your Bose Brewmate.
My Bose Brewmate.
Next to my Teresa tumbler.
Yep.
Right here.
And so then Matt is like, I have something for you in the fridge.
Woo!
And when I say I got so moist.
Very moist. She even mentioned her panties to Matt.
I said, is that what I think it is? and he handed me a Chick-fil-A unsweet tea with a splash of sweet.
A splash of sweet.
And he got it yesterday when he went through the drive-thru.
He got it last night because he had picked Tinsley up late and they got a little something to eat. And he walked in with this giant cup. And I said, what is this? And he was like, well, I know you're recording tomorrow, so I got it for her. I said, Matt.
That man.
I know.
We've always said he's hospitality Matt. I've told you that he likes to drink me. And by that, I mean make me a cup of coffee, even though I don't drink coffee. But he can't imagine me waking up in his mountain house and not being delivered a hot cup of coffee.
Yes.
So he just does it. He knows I'm not going to drink it, but he feels like I'd feel left out.
Yes.
And that's sweet.
And it's cute. You can at least just hold it and warm your hands.
Warm my hands.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I always do take an obligatory sip thinking this is going to be the day that I start liking coffee.
Oh.
And it's not.
It's not.
It's not, but it's so sweet that he does that because he's going to hand one to Kristen. He can't not hand one to me.
Yes. In the mountain-themed mug.
Always in like a pottery-esque mug.
Yes. This is important. Like
Bought
all
from
these.
a local artisan somewhere in Blowing Rock and or Boone.
From Bolick Pottery.
You know.
We are handing you the coffee. Right? You guys know.
You guys know.
We got to be themed out when we travel.
Yeah, absolutely.
It makes it just so easy.
It does.
To dress, to serve, everything. If you find something with a black bear on it, please buy it for me.
She is going to
anything that says mountain, buy it for me.
This is like people who have a beach house and like everything is shelled out.
That is
everything.
That's my mom. And if I see something with shells, I'm like, I have to buy this for Pam, and she'll find a space for it.
She sure will.
She will.
So Matt hands this to me, and because he listened, I said, "You listened to the episode?" Because I know he's not listening to every episode now.
But
There's too many.
He had heard that clip.
Yes.
Of us saying, "Oh my gosh, if Josh brings that to you, he can take you in the moonlight."
Moonlight and or full light.
Full light on.
Yeah.
Light on. And Matt.
He wouldn't because he knows I don't like overhead lighting.
Yeah.
It's more about that.
Who does?
That's not complimentary.
No.
I'm still trying to look my best.
Actually, restaurants talk about this where they're like I've seen Lisa Vanderpump talk about it. Okay. Great example.
Lighting is so important in her restaurant.
It's so important. And she is getting it right. And here's how. Also, Mariah Carey is big on her light.
She is. She switched with Andy, obviously, famously at Watch What Happens Live.
Yes. Like she very much wants her light direct. She's not wanting anything overhead. And I think most people know that we don't want the overhead light.
Right.
But you know what else is not great?
Under.
Too low.
No, too low. Lily, it's so funny that you said that because this morning before I came here, Lily's doing a lit and film project.
Yeah.
And they're talking about lighting. And so she was like, Mom, I need you to be a model. I have to do all sorts of different lights. She's like, you're not going to like this one because it has to be low under light.
Low under light. Like if I'm at a restaurant and here's the table and the only real light source is coming from here. I don't like that.
No.
We need somehow a warm, it doesn't have to be super bright, but at least some warm light at the middle range.
I would just take a ring light. I'll just bring it everywhere.
Please bring a ring light. Bring it on the cruise. Because if those cruise dining halls just have a little light down here and it's just casting shadows in places I don't want a shadow.
No, not going to be there. I did bring my new tripod.
Wow.
Yeah,
look at
this
that.
thing. Look how condensed this is, Kristen. It extends up to almost 6 feet.
This thing is amazing.
This is amazing. And so I brought it to make some content with after we're done recording.
You could beat someone with that if you had to.
Feel it.
This like metal part?
Tell me about it.
This could save somebody's life.
It absolutely could.
Ooh.
Or it could end someone's.
It could end someone.
So choose your words wisely around me because my tripod is now going everywhere with me because, like I said,
it's a weapon.
Content is going to be contenting.
Ooh.
Okay?
Y'all don't even know.
And it's going to make people content.
Let's tell people what we're wearing.
Yeah.
You guys, we have on our holding space sweatshirts. That's right. Look how cute. Wait, which?
The balloons.
Okay, let's do our cute.
Okay, there's the cover.
You guys, okay. So
Tell them how you found these.
Well, so I ordered these because, I had ordered the thing before Christmas to come for you from somewhere in China. And it wasn't coming. So I ended up getting these off of Etsy because, of course, the Etsy girlies are we're going to cling to the holding space moment.
Whatever the zeitgeist is, Etsy is doing that.
They're going to do it straight away.
100%.
They're so good. I don't know who these people are, who's printing it, who's doing it, but I'm here for it.
Yeah.
So ordered these.
You're keeping them in business.
Your Chinese gift did come.
Is that what this is?
It is, but it is.
Is it terrible? What is it? It looks a little bit like a Dickie. Is that cropped? Do I see a raw hem?
Not a dickie, I tell you. It is so stiff.
It looks a little stiff.
It's very stiff. So
okay, we can wash it.
This is a gift, I guess. Is it a curse? I don't know, but I am giving it to you.
What does it say? Oh my God. Look at the holding space fingertip. Just the tip.
It's the full-blown finger hold, but it's so funny because they had to zoom in that it's fuzzy.
It's pretty fuzzy.
But feel this.
It's crunchy.
It's crunchy.
You guys, this is such a fail. When you ball it up, that it doesn't go into itself.
It's such a fail. When we wash these, y'all, I don't know.
Hold on, and it's cropped.
It's cropped.
Okay,
you can do this.
Yeah, I can do this. This is
which is like a high-waisted jean.
Yeah, I mean we're gonna do it.
Yeah,
I just think it's so funny that the pixelated. Like it is.
Y'all, look at this.
I don't think that they can tell how blurry it is actually on the screen, but up close, all the fingers go together. There's no definition in between, and you can't tell Ariana even like that these are tattoos. It just looks,
you guys,
splotchy.
It's so splotchy. It's so ratchet, and I feel terrible, but I am glad that I went ahead and got these other sweatshirts for us.
Well, don't feel terrible. I'm curious. How much did you spend on these?
Oh, not much.
Okay,
I mean, it was like $20, but it took forever to get here.
Yeah.
And then when it came, it was a big flop.
It's thick. You know, this could stop a bullet. This screen printing is so thick. I mean, it could have stopped Job's stabbing.
It really could. You know what? I wonder, could it stop your new tripod? I don't know. I don't know. We might take this out back and beat it.
Hit me with the tripod and see.
I actually love that. Is the content we're doing today.
That's the TikTok content that people will come to know and love from us.
Just beating a ratchet China shirt with a tripod. That's it.
We're content creators. What can we say?
We're so good at this.
So you got these great sweatshirts, but these are awesome. The holding space.
We wanted to wear these today because why?
Because we wanted to shout out our girls for their incredible Oscars medley performance.
I would say
started the show.
The best Oscars opening ever.
Incredible.
Ever. I mean, I would have to go back and watch all the footage to see all the openings ever. But I just think the way that people were already screaming in the audience before the song was even over.
Yes.
I mean, the song was still going and everyone was just cheering at the top of their lungs.
I think that we learned a thing or two from Sabrina at the Grammys where people were sitting down and not doing anything even though because she opened it. And so I see, like, we're feeling it out.
Yes.
I think that we did learn a thing or two there and I'm glad that people did.
Yes.
And that they were giving Cynthia and Ariana what they deserved in that 6+ minute medley. You know, so they had from The Wiz, which is awesome.
Yep.
They had from Wizard of Oz, and then they had from Wicked. So the fact that they put all of them together, and what I really, really loved is that Ariana kissed Cynthia's hand and walked away.
She did.
And let her have her moment.
That I saw what was coming and what was happening. When she kissed her and backed away, I was like, it's happening. It's happening. Like Michael Scott. It's happening.
It's happening, everybody. Stay calm. Stay calm.
I know. I felt like I couldn't stay calm. I'm like shaking, filming this.
Yes.
Lachlan is next to me. It was really sweet because he had been just like on his iPad, whatever he was doing, next to me. He doesn't know.
It was morning festival.
Yeah, morning festival.
But evening.
He doesn't really know, Wizard of Oz, Wiz.
The lore. He doesn't know.
No. But as soon as he heard the lyrics,
Unlimited,
he shot his head up and was like, oh my gosh.
And he was excited?
Yes. Oh, he immediately, he stopped what he was doing and he watched. And in my video, I'm like, isn't this so cool, buddy?
So cool. Because Ariana, listen, Cynthia in her own right, she is very accomplished.
Yeah.
Very accomplished from The Color Purple. She is very accomplished. She was going for her EGOT this night. All she needs is the Oscar, and she has the EGOT, right? And it's her third time being up for the Oscar. And
so maybe next year, though, with part 2.
I think that we are holding space.
We're holding space.
For part 2, and those girls can hopefully, get their due.
Yes.
The Academy is so hell-bent on not giving the most popular movie the kudos, the awards, right? It has to be an indie film like Anora, or
I don't like that.
Or it has to be something pushing the envelope or something that's just so unique and different. And it's like,
stop.
Can't it sometimes be the best performance.
The best performance.
Isn't that what we're talking about?
That's, I shared the thing about Timothée Chalamet.
Yeah.
And that they're going to do exactly what they did to Leonardo DiCaprio.
Mm-hmm.
And here's the thing. We all know.
35 more years, I guess.
Right. We all know that Leonardo DiCaprio is absolutely hands down one of the best actors of our time, maybe ever.
I mean, look, he's been acting like a young man to land 22-year-old models all this time. We know he's a great actor.
Now we said it. But I'll watch a Leonardo film.
No, love him.
Any day.
Love him.
Okay, right. But here's to what you're saying, almost all the films he's in are popular films.
Yes.
They're blockbuster films.
Because he's a A-list movie star.
So it's like,
then he gets penalized
you're
for it.
Penalizing him with the penal.
Yeah.
You're penalizing him for being so great, but we're all going, but he's one of the greatest actors we've ever seen. So where's his Oscar? And so the same thing is happening.
And they gave it to him for what? Revenant? Is that what it was called?
Yeah. Oh, I love Revenant.
I think that's what he finally won it for.
Which was like, he almost basically had to kill himself to get this Oscar. I mean, it's frustrating to me. Timothy, we see the same thing happening to Timothy. And y'all know we love our rat boy.
Yeah,
and we support him through and through.
Absolutely.
And I actually do like him and Kylie together.
I do too.
Something's going on there that's really kind of magical.
It's really sexy.
I am holding space for that as well.
Absolutely. He is really, really sweet with her.
Yeah.
And she seems like maybe just like she seems like the best version of herself with him.
I think so.
I like how she's happy to kind of step back.
She's kind of demure.
Yeah, she's kind of mindful.
She's mindful. Like,
she let his mom sit next to him right before they called his award, his category.
Oh.
She moved behind him. His mom moved next to him so that if he won, it could be their moment together instead of hers and his moment together.
I have the chills.
Isn't that really cool of her?
Wait. I didn't know that. I love that.
Yeah. So then they show him and like he doesn't win. And he hugs his mom and he turns around and gives Kylie a big kiss and she rubs his back and they hug and everything. And then she comes and sits back next to him. But the fact that she was like, your mom has been here your whole life, supporting you, writing with you, taking you to auditions and everything. Like, this moment is for the two of you. I've been here for 2 years.
That's it.
And I think that's really dope of her.
It's so dope because you don't know if this relationship is going to last forever. And it is. It's respecting.
But your mom does.
Yes. It's respecting what your mama has put in.
Mm-hmm.
And she did that. Wow. She just like skyrocketed for me.
I know. Kylie has really jumped up many notches for me as far as favorite Kardashians or the hierarchy of Kardashian. No one will ever replace Khloe in the top spot. Obviously, Khloe is number one. But Kylie, I think, is number two for me now.
Yeah, it's definitely not Kim.
It's not Kim.
And it's not Kourtney.
And it's not Robert.
No.
And Kendall just doesn't do anything for me. She doesn't do anything for me. But she was dating one of my friend's sons, Devin Booker, for a long time.
What friend? Who is this?
Don't worry about it.
Oh my gosh, T.
Yeah.
Okay, tell me off the mic.
Yeah. I mean, I think I kind of gave it away by saying this.
Well, I'm just,
But yeah, I used to, I mean, she and I don't talk or know each other real well anymore. But it was really cool when I was like, wait. He's dating Kendall Jenner? Whoa. This is just like a kid whose mom I knew from like YMCA days.
That's amazing.
Baxter Y days.
You just never know. You never know.
The world is so small.
It's so small.
The world is so small.
So anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed the Oscars. I know that we did.
Oh, yes. So that's why we're holding space for their incredible performance. I hope that you noticed everything, that you noticed the ruby red slipper on Ariana's back of her gown.
Yep.
The fact that they almost missed it. The camera
almost
missed it.
I know.
What are we doing?
I saw that, but then I saw the screen grab. Somebody got it.
But
this should have been like.
Yep. This is the leading story.
It's the penultimate moment.
What are we doing?
What are we doing?
What are we doing?
Y'all should have practiced that and rehearsed.
Yeah, that was shocking to me that we had to really wait for like the internet sleuths to get the screen grab to then zoom in and be like, it's a ruby red heel on the back of her ruby red dress.
It's so good.
It was so good. And then just the slight. I loved Ariana's gown on the red carpet. Yeah. I loved, the
I did too.
The fluted waistline.
I loved it.
And that the fact that just on the very bottom of that tulle, they dyed it pink. Just that very bottom. I mean, if you missed it, it just looked like she went through like a pink puddle. And then if you saw Cynthia's, the bottom of her tulle in her dress on stage was just barely green. They are thinking everything. I'm so excited to watch them for another year now.
I know.
Leading up to it and the press tour of it all. And they did say that they're going to try not to cry as much. They did.
Oh, they did?
Yes, they have said, we understand that we drove everybody crazy. We are trying not to cry as much this next tour. I think we got it all out of our system.
I don't care if they cry. I love it. I just think it's so, we're never going to have this again. It's kind of like when Hamilton came out and Lin-Manuel was like, I'm never going to write another Hamilton. Like, enjoy this now because this is it. Like, there's just never going to be another thing like it.
That lightning striking kind of in a bottle trice moment.
I feel with these Wicked girlies. It's kind of like, this isn't going to happen again.
I do too. It's been fun to kind of like, rib them about it. And especially the like, well, I'm just holding space.
I mean, the holding space. So we wouldn't have this beautiful bulletproof t-shirt if it wasn't for the crying.
Tripod proof t-shirt.
Wow.
So I'm totally fine with it as well, but I can see why people are like, are you okay? I mean, it was giving anglerfish. Are the people okay?
Are y'all okay? I loved that was one of our statuses that you put up. Are people okay?
We got DMs where people are like, they are not okay.
They are not okay.
They are not okay. I do need people to step away. The anglerfish has died in more ways than one, obviously.
Yeah. Oh, it did. It totally just disappeared. It's off the timeline.
Because again, and that further goes back to what we were saying. Like, you cannot hold your entire existence or your existential crisis in this 2-inch fish.
No.
Because it is gone like that in this fast news cycle. It is gone as fast as it rose to the top of the ocean, I guess. and now we've cycled to the next thing. And you're now left wondering, what do I do with all these feelings? Because now I can't talk about the anglerfish anymore.
Well, yeah, I think you're left wondering, do I keep these reels on my feed? Do I leave these TikToks up, or will 2034 me be so embarrassed that I cried in 6 reels in a row about the fish?
Stitching it all together.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
But that guy that does the recaps, he's got to include the fish.
Of course he's going to include the fish. Yeah. Our rapping guy. He must have done a February one.
We need to go back and find it.
Yeah.
He's the best.
He's so good. What's his handle?
I don't know, but we could find it pretty quick because we've shared about him.
Yeah. We have, let me see, guy who does recaps. Let's just see how fast this comes up. Is he always wearing a beanie? What's he always wearing?
Sunglasses.
No, sunglasses. Guy who does recaps, sunglasses.
Let's see. Oh, here it is. Mikey Angelo.
Gosh, how'd you do it?
I Googled.
Oh, you Googled.
You can trust the Google AI. Yeah, I don't trust the Meta AI.
Yeah, instead I was going with the Meta AI.
2025. Here's a look back, recap, deep dive. January. This is scary where we starting off. 2 senior citizens having a pardon off. UMG v Drake Part 2. Carrie v DC audio crew. The USA leaves the Who. Ooh, looking just in time for the bird flu. This app took a nap, had the kids touch grass for a whole 5 minutes. It slept. California on fire, hamburglar attire, and bodies of water being gate kept. We had Trump trying to swipe this. Fights on who the vice is. Elon's arm raising like the egg prices. It's a winter weather crisis. Snow is invading the states like the other kind of ice is. February, it's already getting hotter. The president ate up by a toddler. Our Pakistani icon, they got her. Catch Me Outside versus Drummer Boy's daughter. Cars are now flying better than planes. An anglerfish saw the sun for a change. This meme at the Grammys of Beyonce. Is seen naked at the Grammys with a flop, yay. This saga, she cheated and now the plot grows. Gaga reheated our own nachos. Cannot forget bro at the Super Bowl. Lastly, this man and his super smile.
Oh my gosh. We did talk about a lot of those things.
Very well done. Very well done.
Ooh, he does always wear a little bucket hat.
It's a bucket hat.
That's what you were thinking of.
That's what I was going with.
Okay.
What did I say? Did I say hat?
You said a beanie.
A beanie, but it's a bucket hat. Yeah.
But you know what?
That was close.
We never discussed on this pod here. The woman that went to Pakistan and was like, I'm taking over.
Okay, so when you started talking about the girl who was in Italy and kind of just staying put, I thought for a second you were talking about the Pakistani, not woman, the woman who went to Pakistan.
Her.
Yes, so she went because she was catfished
Y'all.
by someone who was saying, come here, I want to be with you, I want to marry you. She gets there, she realized that nothing that this is true.
No.
That this is true. That none of this is true.
That nothing that this is true.
That nothing is true and none of this is true. Combine them together. Here I am in the weeds again. ADHD is gone. Okay. So she...
it was like he was younger. He was like an 18-year-old living with his parents.
Right.
She showed up thinking, this is the man of my dreams.
Mm-hmm. And his parents were like, oh, hell nah.
They put the big X and they said, no, you're not meeting our son. You're not coming in our home. And I think they fled.
I don't think that they also like her eyebrows, if I'm just being honest.
100%. Whoa.
We have a thing with eyebrows.
You guy,
Maybe if the eyebrows were better, they would have been okay.
There are no words. There are no words for those brows.
You know what? What I'm really struggling with is our love for Gabby Windy and her, the fact that she plucked her eyebrows to the gods recently and is now doing the pencil thin eyebrow.
Wait, she did?
Mm-hmm.
No, Gabby.
No, Gabby. This is a no Gabba, not a...
Yes, Gabba. Oh my gosh.
Hold on, is it Yo
Gabba?
Yo Gabba. So this is a no Gabby.
No,
so
Gabby.
Not to be confused, obviously, with the children's programming, but Gabby Windy...
No, Gabby.
Very recently decided to go to a pencil thin brow, and people are in her comments like, Gabby, what are we doing?
Okay, I'm looking. It is very thin.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait for you to clip that down. No, Yo Gabba to no Gabby.
No Gabby. I cannot.
Yo Gabba.
We'll tag her.
We will, and Yo Gabba, obviously.
Great show.
But okay, so this woman with her thin eyebrows is in Pakistan. And
what was her name?
I don't know, but she is just decided, I guess, to stay there.
Yeah.
And she doesn't have the authority to be there for a long period of time, obviously, because of international law.
Yeah.
Just like people, who come here. It's like
there's rules.
Vacation, there's rules.
Yeah.
You need a green card, you need a visa, or there's all these rules. Well, most, I would say, I don't know about all. I can't speak to every country in the world.
Yeah.
But many other countries have similar laws. That's the thing about other countries and visiting them or staying there or going there is they have laws. And so she is there in Pakistan, and we said we weren't going to make things political. The people are worried.
Hey, listen, it's not political.
But I'm just saying, you can't go to Canada without a passport either.
I can't. You can't just go. And Matt and I got chased around Europe because they thought we were trying to sneak into their borders. They're chasing us in the streets of Austria. We ended up in a warehouse district. I was screaming.
Yes, I wanted to when I went to visit my brother's base in I landed in Syracuse, and then the base is still an hour and a half away or whatever.
Yeah.
And my mom's like, oh, that's Lake Ontario. That's Canada right there. Did you bring your passport? Because we could go over and visit Ontario and you could say that you've been to Canada. And I was like, my passport is expired. Because this was before.
Yes.
This was many years ago before the whole passport situation for the coronation, blah, blah, blah. And so I was just like, oh, I don't have it on me, but it's also expired. And she was like, bummer.
Yeah, because you can't do that.
It's actually just that simple that, without them. And so we had to get our girls' passports.
Yeah.
One, so Lily could go train in Canada. But then we wanted to go back on our road trip to Canada. And so we had to all have our passports and be stopped at border control and all that. And fun fact, and I can't remember if I've told you all this before, but it bears repeating, and going back to Karen Huger.
Yeah, always.
If you have had a DUI within the last 9 years, I believe you're not even allowed in Canada.
That's right.
That's how strict certain countries' border laws are.
Yes, and everyone seems to be okay with that.
Everybody's like, oh, damn. I mean, I have a dear friend who wanted to go to Canada with her friends for something. I can't remember. Maybe it was the Eras tour or something. And they were like, oh, we can get Vancouver tickets. She was like, I had a DUI 7 years ago. I can't go.
I mean, that is so strict.
So just something to think about when you're maybe feeling some sort of tenderness in your heart.
Yeah.
And I get it. And, things are complicated and I hear you. I really do. But you also then are not going to the Eras tour. because you had a DUI 7 years ago,
Right.
and you're totally accepting of that. You're like, well, those are their rules.
Yeah.
So it's okay for us to have
We can
rules
have
as
rules.
well.
We
Like
can
it can be reciprocal.
Yes.
And you don't have to feel some sort of way about it. If you're accepting it of other people's countries, if you go to the UK and you show your passport to get in and you can't have certain weapons because they don't allow them in their countries, and you're just going, okay, well, these are the rules here.
Yeah, that's right.
We are allowed to have rules too.
Yeah, it doesn't make us the bad guy to have the exact same rules as other people.
Or more lax rules.
Really more lax rules.
People can come to the United States with a DUI. I'm just letting you know that.
Yeah.
So it's just something that I think can be said, and maybe that can help someone's heart.
Speaking of immigration.
You can cut that if you need to.
No!
Speaking of immigration.
No. I want to go back to this Pakistani woman because the truth is they were eager to get her out of their country.
Yeah.
Okay.
But she was refusing to leave.
But y'all, so this lady, she goes, Onaja, something like that.
Yeah.
She goes, she stands her ground outside, I think, of their apartment building. They flee. The kid and his family flee. They're like, you're not getting tangled up. Well, there's this Pakistani
Tangled.
kind of tangled. Now I see the light.
Justice for Rapunzel.
There is this Pakistani leader. He's like a local leader. Really nice guy. He decides to take her under his wing.
Okay.
And he's going to help her. And so she would have basically press conferences every day.
Okay.
Where the media is coming and she comes downstairs and she stands out in the sunlight and she's like, I need y'all to give me $20,000. I am gonna totally help Pakistan just turn things around. I'm gonna open up some new apartment complexes.
She's now like a foreign ambassador to Pakistan. Put her up at the U.S. Assembly, I guess.
It's wild.
See what happens.
It's one of those things where people say we have free will and you can literally just do whatever you want.
Yeah,
she did that.
She did.
The devil on her shoulder was like, you know what?
I'm not leaving.
Just stay.
See what happens.
Demand money from people. Pull a press conference and
she is.
And
she is though.
But
did they finally get rid of her?
Okay, so it said.
Yeah, what's the update here?
The New Yorker was ultimately rejected by the teenager after his family is said to have objected to the relationship. Miss Robinson's 30-day visa reportedly expired in November, but she refused to leave the country, with her plight going viral thanks to clips widely shared on Instagram and TikTok. Now, some 4 months later, local media says she has finally left Pakistan.
Okay.
So I know that
How did they get her out?
I don't know. There were multiple flights that the U.S. sent to get her. And she just never would board the plane. She would not get on the plane.
How are you not getting arrested at that point, though? This is trespassing, or this is you were breaking immigration laws.
Oh, that's right. She ended up going to Dubai. That's what it was.
Dubai took her?
Yeah, she went to Dubai.
I hope that the Real Housewives are doing a bit with her.
Yeah,
get Chanel Ayan in there.
Iconic. Yeah, but she went home to the U.S. via Dubai.
Okay.
But I'm kind of is this? But see, now this person, I'm sure, is popping off on social media.
She's setting a precedent that is is this what we're trying to do? As Americans, are we really trying to be the people who just go to someone else's country and squat?
I just like seeing people be unhinged.
That's true.
I really, really do.
And it truly has nothing to do with us.
It has nothing to do with us. And
so we can just watch as voyeurs.
It feels, you can be unhinged, but it feels harmless.
It does feel harmless.
She wasn't hurting anyone. She wasn't obstructing anyone.
And I'm also how much money did we spend trying to fly over to Pakistan to get her?
That's true. Doge will figure it out.
We certainly waste a lot of money as a government.
Sure do.
No diggity, no dog. All right. Are you ready to get into the 2 and 2?
Let's do it.
We'll do it in 2 and 2.
Yay.
I put on my paw.
You put on your paw.
Okay. Can we talk? Can I make one of my things something that is just speaking of the Pakistan woman or things that kind of happen on social media or are making their rounds on social media, but are complete, what do they call them? Blind spots.
Yes.
Okay. So something that has been a blind spot for me.
Ooh. This is you.
As someone who is very chronically online, and I feel like I have my paw on the pulse.
Yes. Yes, you do.
But I have a blind spot, I realized, in the last 48 hours. And it's not that I feel left out. I can't cover everything. I can't know everything.
Yeah.
But it just made me realize, there are people doing things and watching things and seeing things that I know nothing about. And let's get into the bald eagle of it all.
Wait. You weren't into Friends of Big Bear Valley?
Until 48 hours ago, I did not know that there was an entire sect of humans watching these birds for years.
Oh, I've been watching Jackie and Shadow for years.
For years. This is what I'm saying. So I saw you post about it. I saw oh my gosh, Carly Anderson post about it.
Yes.
I saw another person.
I thought you were going to say Carly Rae Jepsen. I swear to God.
Oh my God.
I swear to God, I thought you were going to say Carly Rae.
I swear that I have. I wish that I had.
I wish you had.
She might be.
She might have posted about it.
I don't follow her, so I don't know.
Okay, I'll check.
That's our problem.
Yeah.
We need to follow her.
Yep.
But
Carly Rae Jepsen loves bald eagles.
Oh my gosh. She's an American staple.
She is.
The bald eagle, so there is overlap there.
Yes, absolutely.
But tell me about this. So what have I been missing and why is it so important now? Because the birth was so close to happening, they assumed?
Okay, so the reason this is a big deal is over the years, I'd say the last 5 years, this really started to pop off maybe 5 years ago, that Big Bear Valley has a nest cam. And there's 2 eagles, Jackie and Shadow, who that is their nest and they use it every year. And that's where she lays eggs and people watch them throughout the year, but they really only come to the nest and you get to watch them up close for, a couple months out of the year.
Okay.
And so people know when it's breeding time and, she's at the nest a little more. Looks like she's sprucing up the nest. They bring twigs. They bring new sticks. It's very cute because they're like a little old
sweet.
couple.
Yes.
And they spruce up the nest.
They're making a home.
They're making a home and they spruce it up every year. So they have had a successful little baby bird.
Okay.
To grow up. Oh, what's its name? Spirit. Spirit has grown.
That makes sense. Okay.
And every now and again, we'll get a little glimpse of Spirit. It's very cute.
He'll come back to the nest every now and again.
Every now and again. And it's weird because his feathers are dark. Like he's all dark.
Right.
Yeah. So Spirit's good, but that was 3 or 4 years ago.
Okay.
And I don't believe anything has happened since then. And when I say I don't think anything happened, she's laid eggs.
But they just haven't hatched.
And so they have either not hatched or
Been
some have hatched.
Oh, but they didn't survive.
And the babies don't make it.
Okay.
And it's really traumatic because if you're one of these people that is truly watching that feed 24/7,
yeah,
you're excited because you see this baby bird and then the next time you look, the baby bird is just kind of smashed.
Oh, damn.
And so it's not that it died from the parents. It's just the bird died.
Mm-hmm.
Usually I think it is frozen. It is so cold where they are. And when they give birth or when she lays the eggs, it's just so cold. And
if mama's not right there to kind of warm up and feed immediately and do all of that. So Jackie's here and there and everywhere.
Yeah. And so you watch that bird body kind of just become part of the nest. It's a little difficult to see.
Well, what do we always say? From the earth you came and the earth you go back to.
That's it.
But really, from the nest you came.
And to the nest you will go back. And that has happened a few times now. And it's very devastating for people because we're all cheering these birds on.
Yes.
And then sometimes if the baby bird dies, you are correct that maybe a critter comes in the night and just takes the body. And
like a wolf or something.
Yeah, they come and consume it. Squirrel.
Maybe a wolf can't get up
but
into
squirrels.
that nest.
Squirrels will come. I mean, they have pests that even other birds that come
I'm like
along.
envisioning that because we can see this nest, everyone else can see the nest.
Yeah, no, not
really,
the wolves.
Let's just scratch the wolf.
Yeah.
That was a dumb moment for me.
Strike it, Matt.
Strike it. Yeah. Matt.
Strike it from the record.
Yeah, but also get me a tea.
So stricken.
So stricken.
More from our sergeant.
Oh, yes.
Court terms.
More court terms. Yes. Did you hear me say pardon earlier?
It's so good. Sergeant Cheston. So anyway, now there is much excitement because she laid 3 eggs pretty close together. And I think when they're laid close together, that's a better sign than like one was this day, one was 20 days later. That's a little too much of a gap.
Okay.
So 3 eggs pretty close together. 2 have already hatched. The baby birds are out. They are already eating. She has successfully fed them multiple times.
I did see a beak-to-beak moment happen and how the rejoicing.
Yes.
And I said, this must be important.
It is.
And I clocked it. And then I said, how is this part of so many people's daily lives?
Yeah.
And it is a total blind spot for me.
I wonder why.
Complete blind. Well, probably because I'm not like into the animals as much as you are.
That's true. That's true.
But I remember at one point we were waiting for like a giraffe to be born at a zoo.
Yep.
I have been a part of some of those zeitgeisty things.
Yeah.
But this one, total blind spot.
Well, now you're part of the Big Bear Valley crew.
And I knew that you were going to know all of the stuff. And that's why I wanted to save it for this year podcast.
Here.
So you guys, if you are also not knowing why everyone's posting about eagles right now, now you know. And that's what we're trying to do here. All that to say
Always.
is to be educational.
Yes, we're very educational.
Very educational. I mean, we might as well switch this from a comedy podcast to an education podcast.
I can change. I can change it. Every time I post, I have to choose the category. I can choose education.
I wonder what you do for the inauguration one? Conflict or
think
whatever? Debate?
I think I still put comedy on that one. Because it's all just a big joke. Oh my gosh. I'm so glad that you're like seeing this now. Some people, and I really need to start doing this now that the babies are here, the eaglets.
Yeah.
Is
eaglets.
they
That's so cute.
leave it just on their TV, the live feed all day.
So instead of it going to like one of those backdrops,
Yes.
you can just stream it all day.
Just stream the YouTube live, and they have moderators that like keep everything good on there.
Y'all can also do that with our channel. So I'm going to
Speaking
take
of
a minute.
YouTube.
Speaking of YouTube, shameless plug. I've told you this, that I do this. When I leave the house for a long day, I just queue up YouTube to our channel and press play, and I let it just play.
I need to do
And that's
that.
what gets us from 101 views to 103. And so you're welcome.
But I did text you the other day, and I'm like, we have 483.
Somehow we grew followers,
Subscribers.
and it's all from the foot video.
I think it is from the foot video,
Yeah.
but I don't care.
I don't care
I was like, we are only 9,500 away
from monetizing.
from monetizing this channel, except for the videos that have the copyright problem.
Well, our last two shorts have gotten 0 views.
No,
I do not know what to do on YouTube. YouTube is totally stumping me because we'll get 580 on one. I'll upload the exact same time on the exact same day the next week, and 0.
Oh, that's
Like
such
0,
a
not even.
flop.
But I watched.
But you're
it.
a view.
I'm a view. Maybe because it's our channel, I can't be a view.
Oh no.
So maybe it's not helping at all when I am leaving it up on my TV. You guys, that's why we need you to do it.
Yeah, maybe that's not because it is under your account. Now I could log in under mine or Matt's account
Yeah, just
and
do
let
that.
it play.
Next time y'all go to the mountains, you're going to be gone for a weekend or something. Just cue it up on your TV because I don't know if I'm going to actually get us the views.
And you know who would love that? Lucky.
Exactly. Lucky would love to hear your voice
Lucky
the whole
could
time.
hear us just yapping away for hours.
Love that.
So many hours. So anyway, y'all go watch the Big Bear Valley Eagles. It's very exciting, but it is still, we are still in a little tender of a time here.
Because that third egg still has not
Third egg
hatched.
hasn't pipped, hasn't hatched at all.
Yeah.
And the thing I fear is
And you feel.
and feel is that there's going to be another big cold snowstorm to come through. Now, I'm telling y'all, I think honestly it makes people, you want to cry about an animal? Forget the fish.
Yeah.
Cry about this. I have watched Jackie lay on top of those eaglets and spread her wings like this,
How gorgeous.
covered in 3 inches of snow.
Oh my gosh. A mother will do that for her children.
3 inches of snow. I'll
Yep.
find a picture of it.
Yep.
Just covered. She's still, and she's covering them, and you can see her beak peeking out.
Oh my
And
gosh.
she's covered in snow. And
That's
I
a
could,
beautiful.
I could cry.
I know. I
could cry.
Just listening to you paint that picture.
Yeah.
It's so beautiful because it just speaks to a mother's love.
absolutely.
To a mother's love.
Yep.
Whereas the anglerfish just died and, gathered all the gas and buoyancy and floated up. Like,
That's it.
this is actually a real thing.
Well, it's
that
a
someone is
choice.
doing. Yes.
It's a choice. Well, as we said with the fish,
Yeah.
there's not conscious choice happening, but
No.
there is with this eagle. She says,
Yes.
I am a mother.
I know.
I will literally die for them if I have to. I will
Yeah.
spread
I will
my
freeze
wings
myself. Yeah.
over them and try to live and keep them warm.
So beautiful.
It's so beautiful.
Eagles are so majestic.
They're the best.
They are the best. And I do want to start watching this. So I just wanted to ask you about that. That was my number one. What's your number one,
I
babe?
love that.
Yeah, I love that.
I love
I
that.
love that.
Okay, Matt did say it's Helly Hansen, not Healy Hansen.
Oh, okay. Good to know.
Not that he was like trying to retract on you, but I wrote it down. I said she might want to know that.
What it would make sense because I do believe it's not a double E, it's a double L.
Yeah, Helly Hansen.
So Helly Hansen would make sense, but I think because I've heard so many people at the ski mountain call it Healy, I just went with Healy.
Oh, so you went with what you've heard.
I went with what I've heard, not based on traditional spelling.
Interesting.
And grammar.
I don't know anything about these brands. I mean, I don't know about bougie winter brands.
No, this is just, it's a nice brand. It's a lot of people wear it out west where, they ski all the time and it's really, really cold and everything. It's a very nice brand. And that's why at the ski resorts, even here in North Carolina, that they carry that brand.
I love that.
It's a good brand.
Okay.
Did Matt know this from his Sundance Film Festival?
Well, yeah, probably from Sundance. Yeah, probably. Yeah, he's
and
on
all the celebrities were wearing
He's on the mountains a lot. So cool, Matt. Thanks for that correction.
Well, he brought me a tea. So
yes,
all is forgiven, and I will change it to Helly.
Okay, speaking of things that are a little bit sweet, I was talking to some friends, I want to say Michelle, about the sweet pickles of it all.
Okay. We got a lot. Wow.
We got a lot on the sweet pickles.
So I guess that just needs to be our content because lots of engagement about the pickles.
Yeah, there really was. Now, let's talk about, there's a couple things.
Yeah.
Michelle did say there are some sweet gherkins that, because she said they're a higher calorie when it's sweet, obviously, because it's in
the sugar.
But she said some people do theirs in Splenda.
No, guys. Okay, here.
Electric chair. If you are putting your cucumbers in vinegar and Splenda, you should go with the anglerfish. I'm sorry.
I'm
sorry.
You guys, we don't have to sugar-free everything. Number
so
one, it's
gross.
So sick. It's disgusting. Like I said, let me eat all the sugar in the world and just die 1 year sooner.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
I'm fine with that. I'm on borrowed time anyway. Don't care. I want you to respect yourself more.
Can you even?
That's what it comes down to for me.
Yeah.
I do want you to say, I don't actually need to do this. If I'm adding regular sugar and it makes it 15 calories now instead of 0.
It's okay.
It's okay. Like a Splenda pickle.
Oh my God.
Has to be a form of torture. I mean, like, honestly, like that is torturous to me. One, I can't imagine a sweet pickle at all being enjoyable. But now you're going to make it with Splenda instead of real sugar.
Gross.
Put me in the grave.
Gross. I got to find out if any of y'all have ever had this before.
Why? But Michelle knows this because Michelle is watching every calorie.
Michelle said she does like a sweet pickle. So I guess maybe somewhere along the way.
No, Michelle.
But you know what she mentioned to me? And I said, maybe I need to make a retraction. She said, what about those really tiny ones? It's like a cornichon.
No, it is called a cornichon.
And what is that?
It is just a very tiny, tiny pickle, and usually they are sweet.
Okay, I think I do like that.
Well, it wouldn't shock me because you love a
plowman's bladder.
Yeah, well, but it's called a jardiniere or whatever.
Yes, where it's the carrots that are pickled
and everything.
Yeah.
So you do, and some of those can tend to get on the sweeter side.
They can.
I dislike the jardiniere.
Yeah, you don't like that.
I don't like that at all. And so for me, I wouldn't be shocked if you would be okay with the real tiny ones, but I don't want them.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
The thought of like putting a bread and butter pickle on like a hamburger, absolutely not. Absolutely not. And if it's a Splenda one, send me to Mars, Elon Musk. My God.
No.
Okay. No. I just needed to update y'all on that.
Nope.
That some people are putting their sweet pickles in Splenda.
I don't want that. I don't like that. I don't want that. I want better for everyone. You deserve to just eat real sugar sometimes. Unless, of course, you're a diabetic or whatever, and you got to do this for your diabetes reasons.
Yes.
I still want you just to enjoy real sugar every once in a while. I'm seeing so much, Sweet Sam, Smaller Sam does it a lot, where she does the sugar-free Jell-O and the sugar-free pudding mixes, and she mixes it into the protein shake and then puts it in the Ninja Creamy and and it does look delicious. And there's a part of me that does want to try that and see if it's good. But then the other part of me is like, I would almost rather maybe just not eat it at all. I just don't like the taste of sugar-free stuff. I don't like it.
I think you would like to actually just have 2 bites of a real sugar treat than 15 bites of a sugar-free.
Yes. I really, really, really would.
And that's the baker in you, really.
It is. Just let me have my regular sweet stuff.
Yeah.
It's okay. I mean, we see these people who live to 105 and you ask them, oh, what do you do?
Correct.
How'd you get here? And they're like, I drink a whiskey sour every day and I eat a dessert with every meal. It's
That's it.
Yeah, do I realize that they might be the exception? Sure. But I have never heard someone who lives to 105 ever say, well, I exercised every day for 2 hours.
No.
I made sure to get my steps in. I have abstained from alcohol and all drugs my whole life. I've never heard that.
No, me
I've
neither.
Never.
No, they're always like, I drink 12 Dr. Peppers a day.
Every single one of them is the actual opposite of the epitome of health of what we've been told is.
Yes.
And so I'm like, are we sure maybe we don't have some of this wrong?
I think that we do. Well, it's the guy that eats 2 Big Macs a day.
Yeah.
They followed him for a while, for a couple of years. And I think since like the 70s, he goes to McDonald's and has 2 Big Macs every day. And he's doing great.
It's almost my husband. He does eat, he does eat fast food almost every day of his life. Almost every day.
A Big Mac sounds good to me right now.
You know what I can say confidently? I don't think I've ever had a Big Mac. I don't think so.
I had one after my bridal portraits. I marched right over to the McDonald's and had a Big Mac.
I love that.
I did.
I love that. I don't think that I've ever had one because I am so loyal to a double cheeseburger.
I do love
I'm so loyal to it. I don't need the extra bread. I do like the 2 patties with cheese. I like that. I do like the special sauce.
There's an extra bread in between.
There is that extra bread.
Do you ever
I don't think I need it.
The 2 cheeseburger meal? Because I really like a 2 cheeseburger meal.
Absolutely. And Joshua usually eat the other cheeseburger in addition to his 10-count nugget meal because he always wants a 10-count nugget meal with a cheeseburger. I usually will love a cheeseburger with a meal. So I'm like, okay, we'll get the 2 cheeseburger meal. You can have one of them. Of course, my cheeseburger is going to have no onions. His is going to have onions.
Oh, yeah, baby.
And then he likes fries on his cheeseburger.
I'll do that.
So I always take off the bun, take the pickles, eat them because he doesn't want to eat the pickles.
Because they're not sweet.
Nope.
They're very sour at McDonald's, by the way.
They are.
They're very sour.
I eat them. And then I put the crunchiest fries on there for him, put the lid back on and hand it to him. Because we're always in the car. We're always in the car.
We're always in the car.
We're always in the car.
All of us.
So he's driving and I'm concocting his meal.
That's why we like with Smaller Sam. She's showing you like, well, here's the things you can eat because we're always in the car.
You guys, her newest thing that went out last week.
Did you have it yet? Is this with the chicken nuggets?
Yes. Well, with the chicken strips.
Oh, no. I know what you're talking about. Go. I know what you're saying.
Let me tell you.
And then I'll tell you the one that I saw.
I've now had this 3 times in 1 week. So you get the chicken strips meal.
Where are we? Chick-fil-A?
Obviously.
Okay, we're at Chick-fil-A.
The 3-count chicken strips meal, but the side is going to be a kale salad instead of, now, of course, we loved her nuggets with mac and cheese hack.
Yeah, of course.
Delish.
Yes.
However, this chicken strips with the kale salad as the side. Then you ask for 2 Texas Pete's and a honey. She does 2 honeys. I only need 1.
Yeah, because again, we don't
Less
love the sweet. Yeah.
So you take the 2 hot sauces and the honey packet, you put it on the 3 strips, you shake it up. Then you shred it up. Then you put it on your kale salad, top it with the almonds, and then you mix that together, and it is so freaking good. So it's a little bit of like a sweet buffalo sauce that you made. I know. And then that crunch and cold of the kale salad with that like tartness of the vinegar dressing that's on there. Woo! Then you get that crunch of the almond hitting you. You guys. This is now my hyperfixation meal.
It sounds amazing.
I cannot stop having it. I need to control myself, not because it's bad for you. 40 grams of protein, 500 calories.
Insane.
Find better macros. You won't.
She did. The one that I saw was at Wendy's.
Hold on. Pause before you go there. What I've started to do is I've added pickles to it.
Of course you did. Can you just order some pickles?
You can just order a side of pickles.
Oh, that's so nice.
Because if you're kind of having like this buffalo chickeny thing,
I
thought a pickle would be good. Ooh. Imagine a buffalo sandwich without a pickle.
Oh, and speaking of like the buffalo and the toppings, I finally did the cottage cheese ranch packet thing.
So good, right?
It was so good.
So good. Oh, good. I'm so glad that you did that. See, these are substitutions I will allow. Splenda, pickle, no. But if you want to make your ranch out of cottage cheese because it has that same tang,
it's the
once
same.
You blend it up with the immersion blender, you cannot tell. I'm telling you.
And I love ranch. Like I love ranch.
Heavy
ranch time in my life.
I'm a ranch slut.
ranch slut.
100%.
I love it.
You know, we could make merch that said ranch slut,
slut.
and it would kill.
Don't take our idea. This is on
it's on the record, so it's screwed. Like that's now our intellectual property, and we just copyrighted it.
Yeah, so
we're lawyers.
So stop.
Okay, so tell me about Wendy's. What are you doing?
So she went to Wendy's. She got just a single. I mean, she kept the bread, which I kind of loved.
Yeah.
Just a single, no mayonnaise.
That is the killer. Mayonnaise is the killer.
No mayonnaise. And she also got a 5-piece spicy chicken nugget. Put the spicy nuggets on the burger.
And made it just a lot more protein.
And it's the same, like 50 grams of protein. Yeah. You know, just so much protein. She is chomping that. I was like,
because she had a tomato, a lettuce.
Yeah.
Cheese or no cheese?
I think she had cheese.
Okay.
I think she did.
You can always take off the cheese.
Yeah, you can.
I do love a cheese on a burger.
I kind of have to have it.
I kind of do too.
I kind of do.
And then they do the mustard on the single and ketchup.
Yep.
For me, I don't need the ketchup.
Yeah. Oh, I gotta have ketchup.
I don't need it because I much prefer the mustard on the burger.
Okay,
anyway.
here she is. Junior cheeseburger, so it is cheese.
Oh,
no mayo, 6-piece spicy nugget, and a Diet Coke. And so she puts those nuggets. She puts like 3 of the nuggets on the burger. Look at that.
Damn. And then that extra crunch, the spice from it.
Oh, I might have to
boy,
go
oh
have
boy,
that.
oh boy.
I might have to go have it. And so this is
I like it.
570 calories, 30 grams of protein. And then she did get the Andes Mint Frosty just because she wanted to taste it, just to see. And
I didn't know that they were doing an Andes Mint Frosty.
Andes Mint
I don't need to know that.
Frosty.
I do not need to know that.
Just get it like for your kid or your husband and have 2 bites of it.
Or really, you know, they do the junior size.
Yeah, do a junior.
They have a small, medium, or small, large, I don't know, but they do that junior size. It's literally this big, but it's all you need.
Yes.
Because I don't want to get a brain freeze anyway.
No, I don't want a brain freeze.
Oh my gosh, fun fact about a brain freeze, you guys. I did hear this a million years ago, and it does help. So if you get a brain freeze, what they say is take your tongue to the roof of your mouth, because that warm tongue is going to help the roof of your mouth cool down quickly, and then it will take your brain freeze away.
No way.
Like this.
And do y'all know that a brain freeze is actually, it's your stomach. So
sending the signal
it's your stomach,
your head.
Because you're like drinking or eating something so cold, and your stomach, even though your stomach doesn't hurt, is sending a signal to your head going, stop.
Yes.
Stop.
Abort.
This is too cold.
Hypothermia.
Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy.
I love that.
But you can feel warm going down. So it's weird that we can't feel the cold
Feel the
going
cold.
down. That's sending the signal.
It's too numb.
Educational podcast here.
We are educational. Oh my God.
Okay, so was that, yeah, the first one was the Splenda pickle.
Yeah.
Okay, that got us on that tangent. Okay, my second thing.
Let me hear it.
Oh, my second thing was going to be an update that Lily has officially gotten her license.
That's right.
We talked about it last time. Of course, it was a shit show,
Okay,
getting into it. And so I made this PSA on my stories, but I do think it's important because I know that there's a lot of podcasts here who do not watch me and do not hear this.
Yep.
So I want to tell the funny story of what happened to me yesterday at the DMV.
Yeah.
Because
What is with the DMV? I know I sound like
it's a government program. That's what's wrong with the DMV.
that was giving Jerry Seinfeld. What's with the DMV?
What's with the DMV, you guys?
I know it's giving Jerry, but like literally, I think it's at a point where it's kind of the government is like it's such a joke that they're like, we're just going to keep the bit going.
Yeah.
That the DMV will just be terrible.
And we do love a commitment to the bit.
Yeah,
And
so it's
we
kind
can't be
of-
mad at it
Yeah.
now. We are asking for this. They're delivering
Yeah.
it.
We live in a time where we don't suffer a lot. And so we know that we will suffer at the DMV. And it's just something you're going to have to do. It's a rite of passage. Like you go and you suffer.
You go and you suffer, and we're all in it together.
Yeah.
'Cause we're all in this together. DMV lines out the door. What a dream come true. So I think that we have covered all of our, well, first of all, the night before, now Lily is so on top of things. She's organized. She always has what she needs. Like that's so great. And she really helps me.
Yes.
Really helps me.
Yes.
So she's like, Mom, let's just go over it one more time. One more time. Well, of course, there was something very big that I had not remembered to do. I won't go into that because I actually think it could be a little illegal. So we're
Boy. Okay. Yep. I don't care. I mean,
gloss right over that.
tell me later.
I will tell you off the record.
Thank you.
I don't know if it's like illegal, I should say, but
Sure.
it was an oversight and could have some repercussions. So let's just gloss over it.
Yeah.
So that's something that I was like, hey, babe, the appointment's at 9:30 in the morning. I will be driving her to Greensboro because, of course, that was the closest appointment we could find 3 months prior.
Greensboro.
So, that, for those who don't know, North Carolina, that's an hour and a half away. So 3 hours round trip to try to go to the soonest DMV appointment that my daughter could find in all of North Carolina.
I don't think I knew that you were in Greensboro.
Yeah. I was in Greensboro. I had to take Bella to West Jefferson, which is an almost 2-hour drive for hers when she needed it. Because again, in North Carolina, you cannot get an appointment. Like they open it 3 months prior to when you want to go. And then you just have to hope and pray. I mean, we're looking at Morehead City by the beach. We're looking in Kitty Hawk. That's a 7-hour one-way
Kitty
drive.
Hawk. That's the Wright brothers.
I know,
what are we saying?
Yeah, but it's like, oh, well, they have an appointment at 10 a.m. on March 3rd. Should we take it? No, we're going to keep. So Greensboro actually was pretty good.
An hour and a half. I'm shocked, but I'm glad you're telling me this.
You can't find any in Charlotte. Don't even try.
Oh, okay.
There's too many people here. You can't. Look at how many people move to North Carolina who move to Charlotte every day.
It's a lot.
Hundreds
move to Charlotte every day.
They all have to register their vehicle. They all have to switch their licenses. This is what's the problem. There's so many people who move here every day, in addition to the people who have been here forever,
right,
who have to do all this stuff. And North Carolina is one of those funny states where you pay vehicle tax, you have to pay the registration and all this.
Yep.
People who move here are shooketh by that.
They're shook by what we got to pay.
I'm like, yeah, they hit us every which way.
Every which way.
But y'all came here for cheaper ways to live.
Yep. But it's actually cool.
Okay, so we
be the change you want to see in the world. That's what I'll say.
Hey.
Be the change you want to see in the world.
Amen.
Okay.
Okay.
Do better. And I hate when people say that.
But I'm gonna say it. Be better.
Be better. If I see you comment that on someone's crap online,
be better.
I will burst into flames. If I see you say be better in someone's comment section,
it's so passive aggressive.
It
is so.
And it's someone who thinks that they are that girl, and you think you're so smart and cute with it. You're not.
You're commenting on everybody. It's not even your original thought.
It's not your original
literally took
thought.
it from someone else, and now you think that you think that this is such a flex. You think you are flexing on people and dunking on people so hard.
I hate it,
and you're not.
I hate it so.
I do too.
And we don't use hate.
No, but
I hate be better.
See that? If I see. I mean, people have come into my DMs to challenge me, and they have ended their DMs with that. Immediate block. Just so that you know, it's an immediate block.
Don't ever say it to us. Don't ever say it around me.
It is.
Don't say it about me.
Nasty thing to say, because it's like, my moral superiority.
There it is.
My moral superiority. I'm just letting you know that I'm better than you. Mm-hmm. So much so that I think I can tell you to be better.
Get on my level.
Not even Mary and Pam say that to us.
No.
My mother might be the only person who I will entertain the idea of telling me to be better.
Yeah.
If you want to come to me, Mary, and have a P2P conversation, but even then I'm like, huh?
Who would I let say that to me?
Don't come into me. If you are not my parent, do not come in and try to tell me to be better. Be better. Don't.
No. I think maybe only Matt. If Matt was observing something
and wanted to sit you down
and was like, you've got this twisted and you need to be better, I respect him enough and would be like, he's trying to lead me in the right path.
Okay.
You are not my husband. Don't ever come in to my DMs or my comments and say, be better.
I'll co-sign on that. Joshua
would only say that to you.
Come correctly and tell me it, because you are really deeply feeling that.
Yes.
But I am saying, my parents brought me into this world. If they want to tell me something, I will entertain it. Mm-hmm. But you, Instagram commenter, absolutely not. The moral superiority you think you have to tell somebody that. It's not a good look.
It's never going to be a good look.
It's not a good look.
If you've ever written it, you got to go back and find it and delete it.
Delete.
Because that's on your digital footprint.
Yeah.
And if I ever see
that
you said that, ooh,
that's
baby.
not good.
No.
Okay, so I'm at the DMV.
Anyway, the DMV.
And Lily's made the appointment. We have all of our ducks in a row. We think there's a few things I need to print off. And one of them happens to be this thing that I have forgotten about. I'm just going to tell y'all. Who cares? I don't think it's incriminating, because we have since added it. But when I added her vehicle to our insurance, so, she and I are going to share this 20-year-old Land Rover LR3, right? And so I added it to our insurance. I said to my agent, this is for Lily, who's just recently gotten her permit.
Yeah.
So this is the vehicle that we're driving, la, la, la. Well, come to find out, when we're going back through our paperwork the night before to make sure we have everything, it's like, okay, proof of this driver being on your insurance.
Yeah.
So I go online to look at our policy, and Lily is not on there.
Uh-oh.
So I'm like,
Ruh-roh.
well, she's been driving for 9 months, I guess, not insured on our policy.
Oh, no.
Now, I have been in the vehicle. I don't
Yeah.
know if that makes a difference. And maybe it does. Like, maybe you don't have to when it's a permit because they're always with a licensed
Yeah,
driver.
I wouldn't think with a permit. Yeah, I agree.
Because as long as if we were to get into an accident, our insurance is still going to cover it because we have car insurance and I'm the licensed driver in the vehicle.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
Maybe she doesn't have to be until she gets her license. I don't know, but I was just like, ugh.
You're like, uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Well, her appointment's at 9:30. Our insurance office opens at 8:30.
Oh,
So I tasked Joshua with this. When you get into the office tomorrow, I need you to handle this. Then you are going to get her added, send me the email proof,
Yes.
and then I will go find a Kinko's or FedEx or something in between 8:30 and 9:30 in Greensboro, and I will print it off.
I already feel very stressed by this story, and it's only begun. It's only begun.
So that's number one.
Okay.
That's number one. I'll tell you off air a whole second thing.
Okay.
So now y'all have heard it. I don't know if that's a big deal or not, but
It's
it has
fine.
since been rectified. She is now on the policy. Okay. So we get up there in plenty of time because Lily is also my early girl. So she wants to be an hour early at least into Greensboro in case of traffic or whatever. So we are able to go. We are able to go through Chick-fil-A. Then we're able to go over to the FedEx.
Yes.
We get the thing printed off. We now are going to the DMV to stand in line, of which there are no signs. There's no one coming out and saying, hey, if you have an appointment, you get to bypass all these people who have just showed up today to wait. No one's telling you that. So we waited 35 minutes. I finally see like an older woman walks in. She walks right to the front of the line. And she says to the next person who's waiting to see the girl at the desk, hey, I have an appointment. I'm just going to ask her if like there's a different place for appointment people to go. You know, because older ladies can do this.
They sure
They
can.
can just do whatever they want.
Yeah.
And who's going to say anything to the old lady?
Yeah.
No one.
And if you do, you're going to get a beat down.
Exactly.
We're in the South.
So she, of course, goes to the woman, and I'm close enough to the front of the line to hear and see all of this. And she's like, I have an appointment. Where do I go? And the woman's like, oh, you get to cut right in front.
And so you sat there and wasted 35 minutes.
Sure did. So I get up to the front.
There's a lot of tips happening.
A lot of tips, y'all. I'm letting you know all the things. That's what I'm here. Educational podcast.
Educational podcast.
So that's the title. So this is an educational podcast. So we go. So I'm like, well, we're already number 3 in line. Who cares?
Yeah.
But what Lily's freaking out about is it has clearly said if you are more than 15 minutes late after your appointment time, we have the right to cancel it. So she's like, Mom, it's now 15 minutes after because we've been standing in this long line. I said, it's fine. They will understand. I promise you. And if they don't, I raise hell like we ride at dawn.
Yeah.
So we get up to the woman and I said, we have an appointment. Da, da, da. She's like, oh, great. Y'all could have come to the front. I'm like, no.
Yeah, no sign.
No sign.
Cool.
Not one.
Be better.
You know what? Be better.
Be better.
Be better, Greensboro, DMV West. Okay. So I said, well, that's fine. And she goes, y'all will be called very quickly. And we were. We were called 2 minutes after we sat down in the chairs. We go up to this guy. And when I say he was the character from Zootopia, the sloth at the DMV, I can't. Or was he at the DMV? Is that where they were to go do the paperwork?
I want to say it was.
I think it was because they like leaned hard into
I will
that.
say, in the very least, he was some sort of government
It
employee.
was, yeah. So he was either at a police station or a DMV, but I think they were looking up like a license of somebody, and I think it was a DMV.
Yes.
This guy.
It is. DMV.
Okay, a DMV. When I say he was the embodiment in every way, he was the sloth from Zootopia.
Here he is.
Uh-huh.
Here he is, y'all. Right there.
Just, working as slowly, asking the questions as slowly. And then he's like, okay, I'm going to be your driver.
Oh, boy.
I'm the one you're testing with. Lily and I just had like a pit in our stomach about it because you could tell he hated his job with a passion. And it really does come down to the person who's testing you.
Absolutely.
In these situations, it comes down to the person
When I
testing you.
failed my first one, it was because the lady I was with.
It's very true.
Yeah.
And they have the power to pass, fail.
It wasn't my fault at all. It was her fault.
That's right. And we're sticking with that. So he's there. To the point, y'all, he had to bend over to pick something up. And when he stood up, he hit his head on the shelves on his cubicle as hard as he could. And I was like, are you okay? And he was like, I'm fine. So he's asking as we're walking out to the vehicle. He goes, He goes, is everything up to date? Your tags, everything. This is when I say, yes. However, we just got the inspection done. I've paid it, but the little sticker that comes on that goes on the back of your license plate has not come in yet.
Yeah, you're waiting for it to come in the mail.
He goes, I'm going to have to follow you to your car to see what you're talking about. So he follows to a car. I get out the glove compartment where I have the paperwork that says that we've passed. I have the receipt saying I've paid.
Yeah.
Everything's done. It wasn't even expired, nothing. But the sticker hadn't come in yet. So I show him the back of the license plate. He goes, I can't take this vehicle out by law because it doesn't have the correct sticker on it. I'm like, are you kidding me? I said, well, what do I do about this? We've driven an hour and a half here. We've waited now 45 minutes to have this happen. What do I do? He goes, you can go to the license plate agency at Greensboro West, Golden Gate, and they can issue you one since you haven't gotten one yet. I was like, okay, so I guess we're doing that. So he walks back in.Ily hops in the car. I drive over to 15 minutes now to this new place in Greensboro.
Another government agency.
Another license plate government agency.
Cool.
I look at the two lines. One's extremely long and it's for these things. One's extremely short and it's for these things. I look up at the signs up above. I say, okay, it says vessel registration. I assume this is what I'm supposed to be in because it has to do with the registration of the vehicle. I stand in that line. When I tell you, so I'm in front line shorter, back lines longer. When I tell you 5 of the 6 people who are working are doing backline stuff, they're like, backline, backline, backline. I could have looped the back line 3 times where I am in the front line. The front line's mostly title work, I guess. Okay, so finally it's my turn. I'm standing at the front of the line for at least 20 minutes. Now, again, I've been there for almost an hour. I'm standing at the front of the line just like, okay, it's my turn next. It's my turn next. I get up there. The woman goes, you're in the wrong line.
That is not okay.
I said,
this is bad.
Yeah, it's now a girl had been in the front line and was told that she was in the wrong line and she had to go to the back line. And I was like, ma'am, I have stood here for almost an hour. My daughter is waiting to get her driver's test. She is literally, the longer that Lily is sitting here having to do it, she's just getting more and more nervous.
Yes, of course
So
she
this
is.
has prolonged this experience even longer. And so I said, I'm going to be so simple. If you'll just listen to me real quick, I'll tell you what I need. I am going to be so fast.
Yes.
I hope that you can help me. I explained the situation about the sticker. She goes, okay, well, you're going to need to buy a replacement sticker. I said, well, not really a replacement because I've never gotten my first one.
That's right.
And she goes, well, we have 7 to 10 business days to send you that sticker, and it's been 6 business days. So I could make an exception here and not make you pay the replacement fee, but because it's 1 day off, I am going to make you pay the replacement. I said, really? No exceptions there, huh? And she was like, well, I can, but I'm not going to make one.
She's choosing
Don't even tell me that then.
Yeah.
If there's an exception to be made, but you're not going to make it, don't even tell me.
Oh my gosh. Why would she even say that?
You know what I say to that?
Be better.
So
we're the only ones who can say it.
Right.
We're the only ones who can say it.
Correct. So I'm like, okay, fine. What's that going to cost me for replacement? Almost $30. You have to pay a $23 thing and then or like a $20 thing and then an $8 for the notary. Right? It's that deep. Okay, got it.
My God.
I said, even though I can prove to you I have all the paperwork to show that, no, it doesn't matter. And I'm not making an exception. Cool. So at least she didn't send me to the other line to do it. She did help me with it. I said, thank you so much. Hightailed it back now over to the DMV, walk into the front now that I know that I can.
That's right.
And I talked to the woman. I say, hey, we're back. And she goes, oh, okay. I'm going to assign you a new number, but you'll be called very quickly. This time we go to a different person. The sloth boy is out on a drive.
Sloth boy. So there's rat boy and sloth boy.
Thank you so much for clocking that.
Okay.
All the varmints.
Sloth boy's out, which is great.
Yes, which is great. So we go over to a new woman. What a delight.
Was she delightful?
What a delight.
Oh.
So sweet. I explained the whole thing. She goes, oh, you were the people with the tag. Oh my gosh, what a nightmare, huh? I said, yes, I didn't know that it would be a big deal because I had all the paperwork. She's like, yeah, I think an exception could have been made. I'm like, great. So no exceptions.
No exceptions for you that day.
No exceptions have been made. Okay. Okay.
And usually I feel like, the magic follows you.
I know, but not with the government.
Yeah. It was an off day.
It was. If it was a celebrity, always going to have an exception.
Absolutely.
Government, no exceptions.
That's right.
So she was so sweet. Lily instantly felt relief. She was like, so am I going to be driving with you? She said, yes, you're going to be driving with me. I said, you know what, Lord? Maybe this was divine.
Yes.
Maybe it was divine. Maybe we had to go through this so that we didn't have Sloth Boy and we had Sweet Lady instead.
I think so.
She instantly put Lily at ease. Lily passed with flying colors.
Mercy's in disguise. That's what they call it.
That you took the words right out of my mouth.
I knew that's what you were thinking.
If I said it once, I said it 100 times. Mercy's in disguise. Maybe that's the title. So it was great. The tag is the sticker's now there. I know it's going to be in my mail today. I know it's going to be in my mail today.
But you know what?
I can't do anything with it.
You really actually in this whole process accomplished a lot of things. She's now on your insurance.
Yes.
You now have the fresh sticker on the back of the tag. Lily has her license.
Yes.
Like a lot got done.
A lot got done
in
the span of time and all over Greensboro. And now I know Greensboro better, and I didn't before. So I've, it's fine. All's well that ends well. My girl got her license. We went and celebrated at Waffle House, of course.
Of course.
That's the best place, or Waff Ho, as of course the Puckets always say.
Yes, Waff Ho.
And it really is just like this bittersweet day because it's my last kid, and those car chats, the car time is sacred with your children. That's when you have your deepest conversations. That's when you can bring up things they can't escape.
Yeah.
So you can really like get heavy into some things. And it's just like neat to be the first person to always hear, how was your day?
Yeah.
What happened?
Tell me
what
what's
are you
really
struggling
going
with?
on.
Why are you in tears?
Yeah.
Like what's going on?
Yeah.
I've taken that motherhood role of taking them to school and picking them up from school very seriously. And I like to be the person. I'm much better in the afternoon than the morning, as we've discussed, one eye open, going back to sleep. But I am my best self, I would say, in the afternoon.
Yes.
And that's when really they need to unload anyway.
Yes.
And so just to know that she is going to drive herself to school and drive herself home, and maybe I'll be there and maybe I won't be there, you know?
What's the plan with the car?
Oh, okay. So the plan with the car, the update is Bella has not needed her car at all at state.
Okay, that was my question because Matt asked and I said, I think Bella just has her car at home.
Well, she did for a couple months because I was like, you're not using it. Should I just use it at home? And she was like, yeah, you could. But then with the fashion show coming up, she was like, I think I'm going to need to go get fabric a lot and, dress models and things like that. I could really use my car up there. Well, she's had it up there paying $90 a month for a spot.
I remember you saying that.
Having to Uber to it and Uber back from it and all that sort of stuff with all her bags and whatnot. So she was just like, I don't think I need it. Now that I take the train back and forth to Charlotte and have seen how great it is, I just don't think I need it. So she's actually driving it home for spring break, which starts Friday for her.
Yes.
She's going to drive it home from state, just leave it here. So I will have her vehicle.
Good.
And she'll come home in the summer. We'll have 3 vehicles between the 4 of us drivers.
Yeah.
So really, I don't think we'll need to really seriously look for a new vehicle, hopefully until August.
Yeah.
Which buys us time from having to pay that car payment, the insurance on it, the registration on it, the gas on it, everything that comes with having another vehicle. So we've bought ourselves a little bit of time.
Maybe you'll win a car.
I would love that.
I don't know. Let's put that out into the universe.
Okay.
I want you to win a car between
Go
now
on
and
Price is
August.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's Google sweepstakes that you can enter.
Okay, great. I would love that. And put that on y'all's prayer list and maybe the vigil.
The vigil.
For a new car.
Yeah, this is the vigil's for your new car that you're going to win.
Yeah. Okay. I love
You're
that.
going to win. And you know what? I was just thinking about recently how they used to do the Publishers Clearinghouse.
Yeah.
Do you remember those commercials?
Oh, yes. Of course I remember. And they'd show up to your doorstep with the big check.
Ed McMahon.
Ed McMahon, right?
McMahon was there. Mm-hmm. What was Publishers Clearinghouse and why were people winning this
My
money?
grandpa John, so Jerry Antick's husband, John, played Publishers Clearinghouse every single week. Because it would come in the mail.
So what is it?
It's just Publishers Clearinghouse was a lottery of sorts, but they just had lots of gifts that they would give out, and most of it was monetary. And so you would fill it out and send it in. I don't think you had to pay to play necessarily, but somehow they were making money maybe off the advertisements of it.
Yeah.
And so then they would give it away, just similar to a lottery.
I just feel like they could bring that back.
Oh, absolutely. But I don't know I don't know how they would update it that would pique people's interest.
I don't know. I just
no
feel
one's
like
filling out snail mail to send it in.
we would like, I mean, I guess maybe like a Mr. Beast is now the new Ed McMahon.
Yeah, he
right?
is.
Because he's showing up to people's doors, giving away money. Yeah. And there's some of these guys that I follow, like MD Motivator. He's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
And he just approaches people and realizes like they're down on their luck. They give him like $10,000.
Great. I'm waiting for that to happen. Mr. Beast is in North Carolina, so I'm like, I am always keeping my eyes peeled for him.
Well, I'm going to write him and say she needs a car. Make her do something for the car.
And you know I will.
You'll do anything.
Absolutely. Okay, what's your number 2?
Okay, number 2. I have so many.
Because we've gone extra long again.
I know. Sorry, y'all. Like, is this good or bad? Are people happy it's long, or are they sad that it's
I don't know. See, we were able to do shorter when we knew that there was always going to be a second episode coming in the week, but now we feel like we have to get it all out. We have a lot to say.
We have a lot to say, and we're going to say it. I'm going to end with this.
Okay.
I want to give a little shout out to one of our podcasts.
Okay, who?
Summer.
Yes.
Summer, when you hear this, I want you to know from the bottom of my heart how much I appreciate you, because as we were shutting down Hopebox and kind of bringing that to an end, which was a few months ago, it was kind of sad because we had to go through anyone that still had subscriptions and kind of end that and send that email, and that's kind of a bummer.
Yeah.
But as he was going through, he said, Summer is still on here. She's still getting a subscription.
Summer Baruth.
She started getting a subscription when you met her. Remember, she won that contest.
Yes. And Hopebox was part of that giveaway that we did for Joshua as the end of his run to finish out our fundraising.
That's right. And so she got like a 3-month subscription of Hopebox. And so she paid to continue.
And was she getting it for herself, or was she sending it to other people?
I think it was just going to her address. Now, she might have gifted that to people.
Yeah.
But from that time, whenever that was
2020, summer of 2020.
Okay, so for 5 years, Summer continued to support our business.
Summer is such a supporter. She is such a ride or die girl. She is that girl.
She is that girl. And I kind of feel bad in a way that I'm not looking at the lists of names to know like where these are going.
Yeah, there were so many people.
But then for Matt to see that, to notice it, and then to tell me, I was like,
he knew Summer. He knew that she like came on the cruise with us and did everything.
Yeah, he knows Summer. He's met Summer. He knew that she had won that through the giveaway and that she wanted to continue to receive it.
Yes.
I just was like,
she's also our connection with Shelton. Like she when she loves you, she champions you. She pushes for you, and she connects you with people.
Yes.
And she supports you.
Yes.
Like she is just that girl. Like Summer is that girl.
She is not all talk. She is also walk. And I just on the record wanted to say that out loud. Summer, that is so rad that you continue to support us, and you support us here with this podcast. You came on the cruise with us. Like, may we all...
She came to Disney with us the day before.
Yes,
like, Summer is just awesome. She is one of my absolute favorite, like, oh my gosh, we got paired together in such this weird way. Like, she won the contest.
Yeah.
She won that giveaway that we did. And she, I get a lot of DMs from people like, can we get together? Can we have lunch? Can we have coffee? Can I meet you for dinner? Da, 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 da. And I just, there's just not even enough time. Like, I'm not like trying to be like popular problems.
Yeah.
But truly, there's not enough hours in the day. There's not enough meals to be had to go around.
Correct.
I got other stuff to do. And so this was one of those things where I don't think she had said like, hey, can we meet? But she had been following me. Obviously, that's how she even knew about the contest.
Yeah.
And I don't think she had ever said, but I just had this like gut feeling about her, and I had to go do a spot at Stir in South End near North Italia. Mm-hmm. They were doing a big grand opening, and they were hosting me, and I just thought Joshua's not going to eat any of this fancy food or drink these fancy drinks. I should use it on someone else. Well, I needed to get all the stuff to Summer, so I just said, hey, this might be a little bit weird, but would you maybe want to come and be my +1 for this event? I can give you everything, and we can have dinner together.
Yeah, like, we can meet.
Dinner and drinks, and we can meet. And I felt like it took the pressure off being a hosted thing.
Yes.
Like, neither of us are going to have to spend money.
Yes.
Like, it's not going to be awkward.
Yes.
And you just seem so dope. Like, we will at least have something to talk about, even if it's like, and here's another thing you want, and here's another thing you want.
And you know what, too? I do really like that you can see friends in common on Instagram, because sometimes when you can see
the mutuals.
like Jump for Joy likes this girl.
Yeah.
Or if I see that Jen Davis is following somebody, I'm like, they're cool enough for Jen to like them and follow them, then I can trust them.
So true.
Right?
So true. Second mention of Jen Davis in this episode.
I know, Jen. Hey,
now
girl.
she's listening on 2 times. She might not pick up on it, Jen.
Jen, we are talking about you. It's giving sloth boy.
It is. Such a good callback.
I can't wait to hear that on times
You're
too.
good at that. You're really good. You should podcast.
Yeah.
Okay, so then she meets and we realize like we have everything in common.
Yes.
Everything. Like we might, like, how have we not met? This is crazy. We overlap in jobs and radio and TV, and we're around the same age, or maybe the exact same age. I can't remember. But like, maybe not the exact same, but close enough.
Yeah.
And I fell in love with her. I was like, you are the best. I love you. You have a mohawk. Like,
yes.
Let's be friends. Like, let's be real life friends.
She's so cool. And I literally think that night I wrote you, like texted you and said, how did it go? Because,
so
you know.
I think I'd asked you to join. You're like, I can't come.
Well,
I'm
just feeling like you're meeting this new person, like hopefully it goes okay. And she ended up being a very important person in your life.
Totally.
And therefore important in my life too.
Exactly.
And so, man, I just was, I've had that written down and I felt like this was the moment to
shout out Summer.
give Summer her flowers.
Love her. Yes, give her flowers.
Yes.
And her mom's great.
Yes.
Like everything about her. Her husband, Roger's great. They used to come to trivia with us every Wednesday night. And that's how we got so close too. She has 2 daughters. She's just ahead of me in the motherhood game.
That's right.
So I can go to her with stuff. She's just such a rad person. And all that to say, it's okay to meet those internet strangers online. You might turn into real life friends. And you've done that with lots of your friends.
I have. Many people be like, how did you meet? And it's like, it's kind of match.com for friends.
Yeah.
I mean, it is what it is.
Sometimes those Instagram DMs do really pay off. Sliding in, they pay off. And I'm delighted. I'm not shocked one bit that she has kept that subscription. I didn't even know. And that's another thing that's cool. It's not like she's writing me and being like, hey, I signed up for Hopebox and I've been doing it for years and years. I hope your friends are grateful. Like,
no.
I would never know.
She never said a word to me about it. She never said a word to
crazy.
you. Like people that just do things out of the kindness of their heart and they don't expect anyone to know about it or to get the kudos for it.
That's it.
That's a real one.
That's a real one. Thank God she's on our side.
Oh, thank God.
I know. Not that she would like destroy us or anything because she's not that kind of girl either, but just how lucky are we that she likes us back, that she supports us back.
It's funny you say that, like someone on your side, because I was just thinking about this recently, how it's so nice to have close girlfriends. Mm-hmm. Like I feel like I could roll up somewhere. Let's maybe like say I'm going to something that maybe I would feel nervous about or anxious about. And I know if I said, will you come with me? And you rolled up with me, I would just feel like the baddest bee.
Oh, that's so nice.
Do you know what I mean?
I agree. I feel the same.
Like I would want you to feel like if I needed to roll up with you, that's boosting you to a new level of confidence.
I mean, I already know that. Like anytime we're together, it's magic.
Yeah.
It is. And that's why we started this podcast so that we could like sprinkle a little bit of that. And that I'm not going to be humble about that.
Yeah.
I'm just not. I'm holding space for 2 truths.
Yes.
That you can be like, hey, when we're together, like special happens.
Yeah.
That's okay to say. That's how your friends should make you feel.
That's what I was
how the
gonna
closest
say.
people should make you feel. It's like
you should
special
feel,
happens.
Yeah.
Magic, sparkle, whatever you want to call that.
When your closest people are coming along with you for something, you should feel a boost because of their presence. You should feel even more,
a boost, more like a comfort. Like, okay, like I might be nervous, but I got this.
Yes.
That's how I felt like when I did the what was it? Oh my gosh,
for the
Concord,
the
Galentine's event for the Concord Charity League. I didn't know who was coming because I had been promoting it and saying, hey, buy tickets here. I'm going to be the speaker for the event and la, la, la. And I have a 30-minute like slot. Like that's a long time to talk to a room full of women.
Yes.
Or really anybody. But I was just like, I get uncomfortable. There was a part of me, to be honest, there was a part of me that wanted to send a text to all my closest girlfriends and be like, hey, just in case you've missed it, because I know that not everybody can see everything on social media and my views are way down right now anyway, so I understand that. But like I am speaking at this thing, but there's something that's weird about that for me too, because I don't want people to feel like they have to spend money to buy a ticket for this thing just to come hear me speak when you've already heard all of this stuff probably anyway. And so I just didn't do it. I don't do it. And then after the fact, I'll get DMs or texts from people being like, why didn't you tell me? I would have come. Well, I have been posting about it.
Right.
I don't want to then make you feel guilty by sending you a separate text beforehand like, hey, are you going to buy money? Are you going to buy the ticket? Are you going to spend the money on the ticket to come hear me speak? So I just don't say anything. I don't do it. So for Dana to write me the morning of and be like, hey, what are we wearing to the Galentine's event? I was like, Dana. You're coming? She was like, of course I am. Of course she is.
Of course.
But it was just to know I had one. And I said that to her. I said, Dana, I think you're the only one who's coming, who bought a ticket, who of all my friends, like, you know, that has
I would have come, but my nose was jacked up.
But I was just like, I think you're the only one. Unless there's more people like Dana out here who I'm just going to walk in and be like, oh, hey, Summer or whatever.
And then Chrissy was there with her booth, right?
Chrissy was there. I connected her with some people too. And Gabe was there. Like there were some people, but like they also had other reasons to be there. Gabe is, you know, the best of Concord.
Yes.
Chrissy owns a business in Concord right across the street from where it was going to be. So
Dana came just for you.
Dana came for me. Not for any other reason, but to support me.
That feels good.
She's another person who slid into the DMs and like, let's be real friends.
Yes.
And I am so grateful for that relationship. There are certain people that I'm just like, I can't do life without you. I'm so glad that you're on my side.
Yes, that you are on my
decided
side.
to link arms with me and you haven't left. I haven't run you off yet.
I hope that this inspires some girlies to just like, I don't know. I think
pour into those relationships. If you see them and you feel them, like pour into them and recognize what good you have and really recognize
and
it.
realize the power that you have as a close friend and the impact that can make on showing up for your friend in some way, whether that's speaking, supporting their small business, doing something with their kids. Like there is just something that makes you feel stronger and more powerful when your best friend is linked on your arm and you're walking into that, whatever that is.
That's why I'm so excited. Like, I know we keep talking about that Absolutely Not cruise, but we're just so looking forward to it. We are. But I just feel like when we walk on that boat, I'm just like, let's make this boat our bitch. Like, I don't like, I'm truly so excited to meet the people there. I mean, just the fact that there are people excited that we're coming.
Yes.
That, you know, who have followed us, who do listen to our podcast, beyond people we know here in Charlotte. Like, there are people who are tickled that the girls from All That to Say are coming. I am so excited to meet them. I'm so excited to have fun in real life with them. To cut up.
Yes.
Maybe bedrock, but maybe cut up. Yeah. But it's just like, deck 11, let's go.
Oh,
like,
yeah, baby.
But I'm just excited to walk on and be like, let's have a good time and see what comes out of these 4 days. And maybe it will be another Summer or another Dana or another Michelle or another Jen or another whatever. Like, I am so excited about that because I genuinely think that that's what's going to happen. And let's link up again. Like, let's have more people who ride for us and who we ride for.
I love this so much.
You just never know when you're going to meet those peeps.
I love love. I love friendship.
Yep.
And Summer, you started this whole conversation. What are we? Oh, we're holding space. Look at us.
This is the kind of friendship.
This is the kind of friendship
we want.
This is it.
That when I am sad and you don't understand what's happening, you grab my fingernail.
That's it. That long,
you grab that
Cynthia
fingernail
nail.
and you say, "This is how I can show up for you right now," and you hold space for that.
I mean, it really is.
This is how we started, and this is how we're going out.
That was a signal of friendship right there. Her holding her kneel.
Her kneel. Her
now,
one kneel.
As we go out, I made a promise last week to you all.
Did you see my text?
I sure did. I made a promise. So we're gonna see you guys next time. Continuara.
That's to be continued in Spanish in case you missed it.